Hello, my friends. Drac here, and this is actually a little bit of business for the channel, just because we actually are getting to the end of the summer. And thank you guys so much for your contributions, for recommending me to your friends. We've had a lot of progress this summer, a lot, and I think a lot of it has been just through sheer amount of videos that I was doing, but also just because people are coming and liking what they're seeing. So I thank you guys so much for having faith in me and checking out my content. But now with things kind of wrapping up, I have been getting a few questions here and there, but I just want to kind of address the schedule as it stands right now. So I guess the first thing that I need to address is people will remember when the summer began, I actually suspended Drac Let's Play Live. And the reason I did was because I wanted to be able to do so many other things, and having to do a scheduled live stream every week, aside from Geek News, actually kind of hurt my overall schedule. So what I'm going to... And in turn, I decided to just put up Let's Play Live-esque videos in place of that. And in turn, I actually got kind of a better reception for them than I did Let's Play Live. So I've made the decision, in case people haven't been able to follow some of the other videos where I talked about it. Let's Play Live is not going to be permanently taken away. However, since people do like the Drac Plays, the Drac Vlogs, and the Drac Tries, which is mainly what came out of that, we're going to continue to do those instead because people are liking them. It's a great way for me to be able to do first impression videos of the games that are coming out, as well as being able to have some fun on, say, like Heroes of the Storm or Street Fighter or things like that. And what we can do with the live streams is we can make them kind of a non-regular thing so they can be appreciated a little bit more when we actually do them. So I might keep things like Street Fighter and multiplayer stuff for that, whereas I will continue things like Drac Plays. I'll probably continue Heroes there because I'm liking how that video series is turning out. But we can do other things that will work just as well in that bracket, and therefore there can be a little bit more appreciation for the live streams. I can actually put a little bit more effort into them, maybe even bring in some guests when we try and do them. So I want to reassure people who are actually fans of the live streams and don't want to see them go away. They're not. We're still going to do them. They're probably going to be a little bit more few and far between than what you want, but I think that actually will gain appreciation for them. So that's not going away. And obviously, Geek News is a live stream, so you guys can be able to see that every Saturday night. And you can ask your questions there. In fact, the last couple of weeks, if you haven't been there, we've actually incorporated a live chat. We finally figured out what was going on there, and now we're having live chat joining us for the recording. With that, though, summer has also been very busy for things like Gaming with the Geeks and WoW videos. Let me address Gaming with the Geeks really quick. It's still going to go on. I know that I said I was going to get videos out as quickly as I could, but I actually found that it was easier for me to just be able to get them out on the weekends, and you guys can appreciate it. You get 3 episodes each weekend at 10, 2, and 5 p.m. Mountain Time, my time. So you're able to get the content that you want, and people are liking it. So Devil May Cry, that happened, and it did really well. Rise of the Tomb Raider is currently going on with Alex. That went really well. It's still going. It's going really well. And we're actually getting ready to wrap up Rise of the Tomb Raider so that we can do the Q&A with Alex. And we just barely started up Metal Gear with Stephen Romney, as well as Alex. So Drac and Shadow fans who have been wanting us to do the Metal Gear series, this is how we'll probably do it, because I suck at Metal Gear and Romney's good. So at that point, we get an extra perspective on that. So this may be something that returns not just one time. In fact, people have really liked the Devil May Cry playthrough with Brinton, and him and me have already been talking about other playthroughs that we could do for you guys, because that was really fun for us to do as well. So yeah, Gaming with the Geeks is going to continue on. We are going to go through to... We've already got things set up for Aldo, and then we're going to call it there. If we decide to do any other special ones next summer, we can do that. But I have a feeling that Aldo will be it, at least for the year. We do have another big plan going on near the holidays. I won't spoil it, but I have a feeling you guys will like it. So you guys can look forward to that. But Gaming with the Geeks is still going to happen. We're still recording it. It's going to go through. The WoW videos. Okay, Tale of Drakfu has been getting a good reception. So have the Legion beta videos. Now, the Legion beta videos have since wrapped. We've gotten all of them done, and Legion is literally about 2 weeks away. So with that, I have an additional announcement. People actually did ask if I was going to be doing the Class Hall campaigns and the Profession campaigns, well, Profession quests for Legion. Originally, I wasn't planning on doing it. But now that I've actually done my homework, I've watched things like Gamescom to be able to confirm this. There is enough of a difference between the classes that, yes, we will be doing Class Hall campaigns. I'm not sure how yet. We'll probably put them in pieces and put them all on a playlist so you guys can appreciate it. So that's going to happen. The Profession ones will happen. I'm not sure how that's happening either, but it's happening. So you guys don't have to worry about that. We are going to be adding an additional feature to the Tale of Drakfu called Dungeons and Drakfus, where we're going to go through the dungeons of World of Warcraft and check out the lore of the bosses as well as the area, and check out what I actually consider to be some of the best polish that Blizzard has put into the game thus far. I also do plan on having some WoW Top 10s that are still coming out. They're still happening. I'm just gathering. Right now, I'm in the process of gathering footage for them as well as writing and recording them. So that's going to be a while, but they are going to happen. I've actually been very happy with the reception the WoW videos have had, so I don't see a reason for them to go anywhere. I'm not saying that everybody that subscribes to me is a WoW fan. In fact, I know a lot of people who are more interested in the other content that I do than the WoW videos. And you know what? That's kind of where I want the channel to be, is people, because I'm a geek of various types. I mean, that's why Geek News works the way it does, is that we can talk about things like TV, we can talk about movies, we can talk about weird things like pro wrestling every now and then, just to throw in something that nobody expected. And so I like the fact that the channel has kind of stayed that way, is that I can do this WoW content where WoW fans will appreciate that. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, they get bored of my WoW content, they can go check out my Final Fantasy playthroughs or my reviews. So that's going to be happening. The next thing I want to talk about is the reviews. I have been getting harped by you guys, and yes, I am horribly behind. And one of the reasons that I am behind is not only because I waited too long, but I also horribly overscheduled myself when it came to that, because I wanted to do everything that was coming out that I was interested in, and I thought that was going to be a short list. It turned out to not be. So here's what I'm actually going to do. I actually have a lot of reviews where game footage has been recorded, reviews have been written, and I was either in the middle of recording or I was prepping to record. And in order to get them out a little bit quicker, in fact, people will be able to see the most recent review I did of Overwatch. Yeah, I'm that far behind. I've decided to just do them in the quickie vlog format just to get them out, because at this point, Overwatch has been out for 3 months. So I've kind of passed that point where it's relevant, and I just want to get it out. And I'm obsessive compulsive that way. I want to be able to get these reviews out since I already have invested so much time and effort into them. So those are going to be coming. I can promise you that. They're just going to be coming in a quickie vlog format. So the people who are fond of the way I was doing reviews of like The Witness, that's still happening, but I'm just trying to get caught up. So at that point, I can devote that time and effort towards doing a formal review of, say, Legion or Final Fantasy 15, which has now been delayed to November. And strangely enough, I'm not upset by that. Things like vlogs, they're going to stay. I'm not sure how. And here's the biggest thing that I actually want to address with this video. And I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but I wanted to address the schedule. Because originally, before the summer, I had a very lax schedule. I had uploads on Tuesday, on Thursday, and maybe Saturday every now and then. And then if I did a vlog, then it would go up. If I did a review, it would go up. Whereas I kind of kept myself at a more hectic schedule during the summer. I had at least guaranteed 2 uploads per day. And in some cases, 3. So Saturdays would be 3 uploads of Gaming with the Geeks. Wednesday would have the Let's Play Live segment at 5 o'clock still as a video. But then we would also have 2 other uploads in the day that were a Tale of Drakfu plus something else. Usually it was a Legion beta video. So at that point, what I'm going to do, because that was a really hectic schedule to maintain, but I still wanted to get the Legion stuff out quick, I can't maintain that regularly. So what's going to happen is I've decided that the 3 upload is not going to work during the week. I will still do it on Saturday because at that point that's pre-recorded, or that's recorded footage already, and I already have it edited and ready to go. That's not difficult. But that created a bit of a hectic pace for me to make sure that I had all of these 2 uploads for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I had to get 3 for Wednesday. So what's going to happen is I'm actually going to crunch down on that a little bit. Wednesday is going to have 2 uploads from here on. Like I said, I'm not going to really worry about Drac Let's Play Live anymore. We'll keep that for when we actually do it, and I will let you guys know in advance that I'm going to do it. And it'll probably be like around 5 o'clock on a day. I don't know when. And that'll be like a cool third thing that you got that day. But what I'm going to do is that the Let's Play Live segment is going to be the second upload for Wednesday. And then we're going to keep the 2 uploads a day, Monday through Friday. I know that there are YouTubers out there that do it every day. I can't do that. not at this pace. And frankly, I have to take away time from things like being a dad to do that. So I'm not really willing to do that. I think Monday through Friday is, plus Saturday with Gaming with the Geeks until that finishes, it's plenty of content for you guys to like and enjoy. So we're still going to have Tale of Drakfu going on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. The order is actually getting ready to wrap up, and it will still be on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and whatever replaces it, which will be, I have no problem admitting it here, King's Quest Episode 2, Rubble Without a Cause. That'll still be on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time when you'll get a new part of that. Final Fantasy will still be on Thursdays at 10 a.m. And then at 2 p.m., you will get whatever I can make work. So I've already announced a couple of those other things. Dungeons and Drakfus, Class Hall campaigns, vlogs, reviews, things like that. Those will be the things that are going to be more unpredictable and therefore something for you guys to look forward to. So that's going to be the wrap up for all of the major announcements. We are going to be sticking to a Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. launch, or 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Publishing. So you guys can look forward to a more regular schedule from me. And again, thank you guys so much for all that you've done this past summer. I cannot begin to thank you for the amount of subscriptions that I've been able to get, of the amount of coverage the channel has gotten. Because of that, I've been able to look into things like new channel art and looking into other possible opportunities with other channels more actively. So a lot of that I couldn't have done if not for you guys continuing to show your interest in the channel. And for that, I'm always thankful. And of course, I will see you guys next time for the next bit of coverage.